Welcome back to Biscayne Breakdown. I'm the co-host Deem with my guy George. Last week we had we took a break. We took a break. We didn't have a video last week. Wanted to give George his space.
I had no PC, man. I had no PC. Also, shout out
to back with another video.
Shout out to the United Kingdom. Rip my
shout
girl
out to
Lizzie.
the UK right now.
Rip my girl Lizzie, bro. Whole thing.
Now, this week we got a lot at store. We're going to talk about the picture that's been going around Heat Twitter. Not that picture, but that's that picture right there. You go. There you go.
Let me get out of the frame for a second.
My guy, KO and Jimmy. Listen.
Jimmy looks too happy, man. Jimmy looks too happy.
Jimmy looks like he want KO back on the team. Well, that's what it genuinely looks like to me.
I don't know why they're having it together.
Bro, he's recruiting. I'm all for bringing KO back.
Kelly's on that now. Isn't he contracted for 2 more years?
I believe so with Detroit, yeah.
So
I believe so. He'll be the best option at the 4.
Just for an easy trade. I don't think they'd be asking a first-round pick for him.
No, it'd be an easy trade.
Hopefully not a second, and then we chuck in a roster filler.
Yeah.
Would you trade Duncan Robinson?
I'm all with it.
Would you trade Duncan Robinson
for Kelly Olynyk? Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. I loved KO when he was with us. He's just not a great defender, but
terrible defender.
Better than Duncan.
But we put up the stats before. We were speaking about it before the show, and in that 27-game stint with Houston, averaged 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal and a half in 27 games.
Shot 54%.
54%, 40% from 3, or 39%. So
yeah, and last year he was fully healthy. He played 40 games and still shot in the 40%. I mean,
he had 9 points a game, but still better than what Duncan's given us.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with the KO reunion, and I don't think many fans would be upset with the KO reunion. KO is he's a solid guy. He's known the Heat culture. He's definitely, he got the height. He's not undersized. We're so used to having undersized 4s, and he's not. He's 6'11".
He's 6'11". He's a tall.
Yes.
He's tall. He's really crucial to that title run.
So we don't have to do no more four guard lineups. We don't have to have Caleb Martin, who is 6'5", starting at the 4. Which I love Caleb, but I don't love him as my starting 4. So
yeah,
bring KO back, Jimmy.
Well, we missed out another KO as well. KZ Okpala got signed to the Kings over the weekend. I can't believe that happened. Can't believe he got signed to the Kings. They're going to use him properly as well. I don't know. I've got a feeling with him. I feel like we lost him. We lost a good opportunity with him, but we freed up that pick by trading him. And no, I'm happy for what he did while he was there. But I feel like we put all our eggs in one basket. We traded 3 first-round picks to move up to pick him up, and did nothing with him. So that's unfortunate.
Nothing to say about that.
We've had some weird draft decisions as well. We could have drafted Tyrese Maxey over Hero. Didn't do it. Could have had Devin Booker. We chose Justice Winslow.
I think Maxey was the what's this guy from Memphis?
Oh wait, am I talking? No. I'm talking Booker.
Maxey was in the same trade. Maxey was in the same draft as Precious Achiuwa.
I missed that's the one. That's the one. Achiuwa. And then we missed out on Devin Booker by drafting Justice Winslow.
I'm going to be 100% honest with that one. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm a Duke fan.
Yeah.
So I wasn't upset. At the time, I wasn't upset.
No one was upset. He slid to 10.
Looking at it, and
he was a top 5 prospect.
Yeah, and looking at it, in hindsight, then it wasn't a horrible. It wasn't a bad pick.
In hindsight, it's bad because we missed out Devin Booker. But back then, at the time, he fell to 10. And we had to pick him up. That was
considered the steal of the draft.
Yeah, he was. Justice had so much potential.
But hey,
so much potential.
See, that's why I'm not a team exec, and Pat Riley is. He's supposed to notice things.
There was There was a time as well when he was that game in 2017, I think it was the start of the season against Milwaukee, and he dropped 30 points or something like that in the first game because someone was out, and he started the game and he killed it. No, I think it was the first season of Jimmy. The first season of Jimmy in 2019.
19.
Yeah, when we had him still, and he started the game and dropped 30 on the Bucks, and I was like, okay, it's his season, just a season. And we traded him for Iguodala and Solomon Hill.
But see, then that also was a good trade. I was super excited about bringing in Iggy.
Yeah.
For that time, like
he was great. I liked it. Iggy minutes were special minutes, so that they were few and far between, but they were special.
Yeah, I want to say, it on Heat Twitter lately have been a lot of Pat slander. I'm not going to get into the Pat slander. Pat has made a lot of good decisions. He made a lot of bad decisions. Decisions.
Yeah.
But, we looking at things. People are looking at things now. People want to win now.
About this photo behind me. That photo behind me. What were you saying?
It's Jimmy looking for help.
It's Jimmy asking Pat for help. He's like, Pat, where you at?
Pat.
Why'd you not trade?
When is the help coming in, Pat?
Look, I've calmed down.
That look is right there.
I've calmed down from my villain arc. My villain arc is over. Okay, no more hating on the.
I'm ready for the season start.
I'm definitely still upset we didn't didn't push harder for Donovan Mitchell. But what's been coming out in the media lately, I really do believe that Miami weren't actually in the running to get him. I feel like genuinely, Donovan Mitchell even said he thought he was going to New York. New York thought they were getting him.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs got him. I don't think that we were in the picture at all. I don't think we gave an enticing enough trade package.
I think we made one offer.
Yeah, that's been confirmed by multiple
sources. Danny Ainge and the rest of the front office probably countered the offer, and Pat and Andy looked at it as like, we like what we got. And we're going to go from there.
I don't think that 2 first-round picks would have got it done. Like we said, I don't feel like 2 first-round picks. No. I feel like the package the Cavs traded to get Donovan Mitchell was so low that it looks like we could have beaten it. But I feel that the reports that the Jazz accepted that offer out of spite because Donovan Mitchell wanted to leave. They didn't want to send him to where he wanted to go. He wanted to go he really wanted to go to New York.
I think he wanted to come to Miami also.
Yeah, well, Miami, New York is fine. He loves the Cavs now. I think the Cavs fits fantastic for them.
The Cavs is going to be a great team.
Even though I'm taller than both of them. I'm taller than both.
Yeah, I'm the same height
as both of them, bro.
But going back into that, we seen how good the Cavs looked last year. Before the injuries, they were a playoff team. Mm-hmm. Miami struggled. We did against Cleveland in the regular season, and some Heat fans were like, I don't know if we want to see them in the playoffs, but
I reckon it would have been an upset. In my opinion, even
really
as an honest Heat fan, I think we would have. Wow. It would have been a really good battle. I think okay. There's a good chance we won that entire series. I don't think we swept them. I think we would have won in 6. But there's a chance
I say 6 or 5.
Because of their big man depth. And we've only got Bam. They've got Allen Mobley. They had Lowry, Laurie Marketing. They had all of these big men. And we had one. So in going back to it, that's why we had PJ there. PJ was actually a really good defender against big players. You saw what he did against Giannis. Killed it.
You see what he did against Embiid in the playoffs.
And Embiid, he killed it.
I've seen it up close live.
They played incredibly. Now we lost PJ, which ties back to the original argument. Who is starting at the 4? I want answers. Because it's either Caleb Martin, Darius Days, or Haywood Highsmith. Or Duncan Robinson. They're thinking of putting Duncan there.
Listen, I'm going to say this. Training camp starts in about a week, right? Training camp starts in a week, I believe. Mm-hmm. We'll see there.
It's going to be
Caleb.
We'll see then. It's going to be Caleb.
I believe it's going to be Caleb.
6'5". Caleb
200 pounds.
200 pounds. He's going to go up against Zion. Cat's playing the 4 now because Gobert's there.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Good thing we only see them, twice a year, but whatever. I think this year we're going to struggle against Cleveland again.
Well,
maybe even
Mobley,
against
Jared
Toronto
Allen,
too.
Mobley, Jared Allen,
Jared Allen's
a big man combo versus Caleb Martin and Bam. Bam's going to do it amazingly. Look, don't get me wrong. Bam will be fine against Jared Allen.
Bam will be fine. But he'll be fine.
Can you imagine Caleb Martin in the post against a player like Mobley? A player like Zion?
I don't even want to mention it. We'll just wait. Training camp in a week.
I feel like there's a long.
We gotta wait then.
I feel like this is stretching out too far. I feel like the Heat wanted to make a trade. They didn't make the trade, thinking that they could get a better package mid-season. These problems will come out. There's not going to be like, by the playoffs.
It's going to be the all season into the trade deadline. It's going to be all season.
If they start Caleb, and he gets exposed at that power forward position, it's not going to be hidden until the playoffs. We're not going to find that out in the playoffs. We're going to find
Caleb
that out.
is not going to start. He's not going to start past up towards the trade. Caleb's going to start in the beginning of the season.
No, he will.
He may start for about two months max.
I feel when we verse these teams like Cleveland, like like Milwaukee as well, because Giannis playing the 4 as well, and even though Brook Lopez, you're going to see, do we have enough to guard these bigger teams? And if not, then the front office is going to have to make. They're going to be forced into a trade. We're not even going to be thinking, are they going to try and run it? With this lineup. If it fails early, they will make a move. They have to.
And I believe it's going to fail early. That's just me being honest.
I hope not.
I hope not either. But I don't know. I don't see it. I just don't see it working. Look, I just don't see it working.
We're going to find out. And I don't think that this man is the answer. I think he's the answer. I don't think he's the answer. Back. We're not bringing Kaleo back. We're not trading for him.
You see that look? You see that smile on Jimmy's face? Jimmy definitely wants KO back. Look at that. Look at that.
That is a look of a deranged man. I feel like he is crazy. He's lost his mind, and that's what's left.
Yeah, because Pat didn't give him no help. He's stressed.
Yeah, and then we turn into this. We get all sad, and we get very upset, but it's fine.
That's going to be Bam and Tyler Bam and Jimmy by the end of the season.
Well, they're going to be exhausted. They're going to be tired. Bam's going to be in there after having to guard everyone.
Bam is. I can't wait for the season. Let's just
look. I can't wait. I'm begging, counting on, and I am hoping to God for that Bam breakout. 25 points.
It's coming.
12 and a half rebound, 2 blocks a game, defensive player of the year. Give it to me. We deserve it.
It's coming. We deserve it. We're going to get it. Bam deserved it.
Where's Zoe in all this? Why isn't he helping him? Why isn't Shaq?
I believe behind closed doors. He should be
reaching out to players like Kevin Garnett, to these types of players who had these big roles to play. Because
but we can go. He can go inside. He don't have to go outside the Heat organization. He got guys inside. He got
inside, outside.
Bosh,
it's not going to.
He got Zoe.
Look, Chris Bosh was amazing. I love Chris Bosh, but he doesn't need Chris Bosh. He needs someone else. He needs KG.
I mean, hey, KG.
And that's no disrespect to Bosh. I loved Bosh. Bosh was incredible, but KG more fits that style.
But do we really want to see a Heat player get help from a Celtic player? I don't want to see that.
Hey, look, it's Kevin Garnett, all right?
No,
it's Kevin Garnett.
I mean, yeah, he one of the greatest power forwards of all time.
He is a top 3.
Now, he's definitely top 3. I'll put him in top 3. But speaking of the Celtics and the Cavs, we're gonna go with where do we see Miami rank?
I've already
got the rest of the Eastern Conference.
I'm ready. We have got visual help today, so we can see what we're talking about. Now, this was last year's standings. This was, look, if you can see at the very very top there, right there, that's our name. That's the Heat. That's where we were. We were first in the East.
Are we going to finish first this year? If
Jimmy and Bam didn't get hurt early in the season, that could have easily been 60 wins. Easily. That could have been 60, 62, 63 win season right there. Now, we lost PJ. And without PJ last year, I think the stat was we were 15 or 11 and 6 without him, which is a winning record.
Without PJ in the lineup?
Without PJ. And
that's good.
Now, that gave me a little bit of hope back, because I thought losing PJ was and it is a massive loss for us, big time. I feel like
that's but
huge.
I believe, okay, if we watch PJ in Philly, it's going to be like, damn, do we really miss him that much?
No, look, that contract offer was too much. They're paying basically. In all honesty, they're paying for one more season. They're paying for one more season. They're paying $33 million for one more season. When he's 38, because he's turning 37 this year, I still think he'll have a productive year. When he's 38, 39, 40 years old,
I don't think his year would be as productive this year than it was last year. That's what I'm saying. Not. Like,
no team takes talent
when we
like
see
that.
him, when we see PJ play in Philadelphia, we're going to be like, I see why Pat and Indy let him go.
The Heat,
but when we watch Heat games, we're going to be like, damn, we miss PJ. This is all we're going to think. That play that Caleb Martin didn't make, PJ would have made that play.
Yeah.
That pass.
Whoever plays at the
PJ
would have
made that
will be held to that standard. 100%. That standard will be held by all the fan base. But you look at the way the Heat have utilized talent in the past. We have something about us that brings out the best in players.
Yeah.
Tyler Johnson, Josh Richardson. These players, Lawal Deng, when he came, was still productive when he came to the Heat. Wayne, I don't know if I said Wayne Ellington already.
Oh, Wayne Ellington he was off.
These players, besides Lawal Deng, take away Lawal Deng from the equation. The players that go to Miami, these Tyler Johnson, Josh Richardson, Wayne Ellington, and then they leave. They are never as productive. We traded Josh Richardson.
PJ always was a productive player.
Yeah,
he always was a productive player.
He was great, but I don't think we've seen him play that well in a long time. Again, in the Bucks, for the Bucks, he was really good.
I can agree. Yeah,
but that was his best. He was leading the league in corner 3-point percentage. He was leading the league. He didn't do that any other time. In Houston, he wasn't that good. I remember they were playing him at the 5. They were playing him at the 5. And the Houston team nearly
probably
won.
One of the best PJs. This probably was one of the best PJ Tuckers besides the Milwaukee championship PJ. We probably had the best.
We played with Josh Richardson at the starting small forward position, shooting up position. He was great. We traded him for Jimmy Butler. Then he went to the Celtics. So he went to the Philly. He went to the
Celtics. San Antonio.
He did it all. He's just not performed anywhere close. We are going to find a way to get the most out of the player we use, regardless if it's Caleb, Darius Days, Haywood Highsmith, any of these players.
Now let me see that. I like Caleb. Don't get me nothing wrong. I'm just not a fan of playing Caleb at the 4 night in and night out. I'm just tired of the rolling these.
I feel like against some teams it'll work.
6'6".
Yeah, some teams it'll work. I feel like against some teams
it's going to work. It's going to work against some lineups, but I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm just tired.
I feel like against Boston. I feel like against Boston, it's not that bad because
it's not that bad.
I don't feel like because they got Grant Williams at the 4, Robert Williams at the 5, and that's fine. Milwaukee, it's not going to work.
But it depends. It depends how they roll out their starting 5.
Exactly right. I don't think they're going to run a 2-man lineup.
Like if Al Horford, let's say Al Horford and Grant and Robert Williams is both starting, that's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's going to be Caleb guarding Robert
Al Horford, or
it's going to be horrible.
Yeah, that's just going to be bad.
Cleveland, it's not going to work.
Oh, that's definitely not going to. We talked about that off screen.
Cleveland won't work. The Hawks have Collins and Capella.
Do you think Cleveland have a better record than Miami?
No.
Okay, so tell me, where do you rank Miami in this?
Okay.
I'm
going to start from 10.
In standards.
I'm going to start from 10.
Okay.
All right, because this is the play-in. Do I think that the New York Knicks make the playoffs this year? No, I don't.
So you don't think they make the play-in either?
I don't think they make the play-in.
What was their record last year?
37.
37.
And they added Jalen Brunson. They re-signed RJ, so now he's not going to be worried about that, but he might be in a slump after deciding whether, because that big contract comes with a lot of pressure.
And then with the New York media, especially in the New York media, so he got a lot of pressure on him.
So I think it stays Charlotte at 10.
So we're going Charlotte 10.
Charlotte 10. I feel like it's going to be. I feel like the Toronto Raptors overachieved a little bit, but they did get better. So I'm going to keep them around there. But it's going to be too hard to predict. I think that the Atlanta Hawks come 9.
Atlanta 9?
Hawks will come 9. I feel like they're overrated. I don't respect as much as other people do what they bring to the table. even with
I like Atlanta.
DeJounte Murray. I feel like he's going to help them, but I don't know. I feel like their wing depth needs help big time. Go-to scoring is besides Trae Young, they can't just keep running the Trae Young Capella pick and roll every single. Even though it's productive, they can't keep doing it all the time.
No. But I think Atlanta got some nice pieces. I have Atlanta
Someone's got to come ninth
in my top 5.
Someone's got to come ninth. Do you know what I mean? Like someone's got to come ninth.
I have the Knicks ninth.
Really? But who do you have in the top 10? That you have Hornets not making the playoffs?
I don't think so.
You don't think they make the playoffs?
As much as I would like them
actually,
in the playoffs,
you know what?
I just don't think so.
Think about it. They don't have that disgusting man there anymore who was actually performing for them. It might be a bit more difficult. He was
performing really good.
He was performing well. So you're right. You know what? Knicks 10. Knicks make the play-in.
I have the Knicks. My top 3 is I have Brooklyn. Not in order.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and I hate to say it, but Boston.
Yeah, Boston. Boston
in my top 3. I have Miami.
You have the Nets.
I have Miami as the 4th. The Nets.
Well,
they have a lot to prove.
Yeah, they do. You think Philly's gonna come top 3?
No, I don't have Philly. I said Boston, Milwaukee, and Brooklyn in my top 3.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah,
Miami and Philly is going to be fighting for the 4 or 5 spot. And then you got Chicago, you got Toronto, Atlanta, Cleveland. Cleveland actually might pass Miami in the standards. I mean, if you look on paper, it's a great matchup, Miami and Cleveland. You might even give Cleveland maybe the slight edge. We seen last year how difficult it was in the regular season for us to beat Cleveland. I think we lost 3 times.
We didn't have Jimmy in the first one. We didn't have Jimmy in the first one.
Okay.
We didn't have, and there was one game. I don't think we had Bam or Jimmy in one of them as well because we had that.
Listen, a lot of fans out there were terrified of Cleveland in the playoffs.
So
they didn't want to see them in the play-in. I mean, not the play-in in the first round. This Cleveland team, they got better. Obviously, with adding Donovan Mitchell. This Cleveland was a playoff team before the injury.
They really lost. They lost nobody as well because
they
performed like that without Colin Sexton anyway.
And
he was the center of that package.
He was the center. Yeah, I mean, this team, I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland was ahead of Miami in the standards.
So I'll tell you my standings now. It goes Celtics first, in my opinion. Milwaukee second. Heat third.
Wow.
Heat third. Philly fourth.
Okay.
Brooklyn fifth. Sixth will be Cleveland. Seventh will be the Bulls. Eighth will be Toronto. And that's my top 1 to 8. Toronto will come 8th. I
love Toronto.
I like Toronto.
We got into some Miami. We got into some dogfights with Toronto.
Yeah, we did. But we
remember that bloody that overtime game.
Was it double overtime or was it single overtime?
I think it was double overtime.
I think it might have been double overtime. That was a great game. We really do enjoy. I love watching us versus
Miami lost, but it was a great game. I just I don't like
the fan bases hate each other as well.
Miami's going to struggle against Toronto again this season. You see how look at the length on Toronto.
But I think as well, even if we do struggle, we do have the artillery and the firepower to make a splash and try and make some moves mid-season if something goes wrong.
I just hope.
I hope so.
That Vic, that Vic, I'm counting on Vic. I'm going all in on Vic. I'm selling my house on Vic.
I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to put up, put our hope.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying our season depends on Vic, but Vic plays a big part of how we're going to how our season's going to end. Where we're going to sit in the rankings. I think Vic's going to play a big
Tyler
part.
Hero will be that though, in my opinion as well. I think even more than Vic,
Tyler.
It's going to be because I feel like he'll start. I feel like it's not the right move.
Tyler, but I feel Tyler's going to start.
I feel like they're going to have to start him. They're going to have to start him because you want to keep him happy. You don't want to get him too upset, just in case you can't move.
This is an organization to where as though we don't care if you're happy or not.
Yeah,
is you going to help us win basketball games? I mean, we've seen when they signed Whiteside, Whiteside, you know, when they got his contract and he wasn't performing well, you want to bench.
Hit the road.
You want to bench. Then you want to go trade. So I mean, it's who's going to help us win or not. We heard what Pat
said. I think it should be Lowry Depot. Lowry and Oladipo front, in 1 and 2.
Larry is an all. I mean, Depot was an all-star, all defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
He's
done it before, and if we give him the
best player
on a
playoff team, he was the best player on a playoff team.
I don't feel like he'll get back to
well in the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't feel like he'll get back to where he was, but he'll get close.
He'll be close. He'll be close to Indiana Depot. I agree with you.
I feel like the Heat come third.
Indiana Depot.
I feel like the Heat come third. Overall, I feel like the Heat come third. Better than Philly. Don't forget, look at the injury problems over the last few years. Boston's your team that really don't have that big injury bug. The Bucks lost Middleton for the entire year, basically, for the offseason. Big time. Philly have for years had problems with Embiid, and now they've aged horribly, and they've still got that horrible Tobias Harris contract as well.
Chicago, I think Miami can fit. I wouldn't be surprised if we finish in the top 3. But like I said, it depends on the help that Jimmy and Bam receive. If okay, let's just say Tyler performs what he's last year. Let's just say he duplicates what he did last
21,
year.
22 points a game off the bench.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. But what is the other guys going to contribute to?
Yeah.
If Vic can be half of what he was in Indiana, that'd be perfect. Like, obviously, we have the same exact team we had last year, minus PJ Tucker, but we add Vic. Vic is also a great defender.
He is.
So was PJ, but he do more than PJ on the offensive end.
Mm-hmm.
He can create. He's an underrated playmaker.
He is. He's an underrated playmaker.
He's an underrated playmaker. And it was times where Miami needed a playmaker last year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Kyle comes back in better shape. I still think
overall the bench is still great. The bench is still great. No matter what, how we look at it, the bench is still good.
Will still be good.
Because Deadman, Omi, I'm not that bad at big men. Backup centers, I don't mind them at all. Gabe,
I don't think Deadman to see that much minutes.
Yeah, Gabe, Hero, Max Strus, these players are still there.
Yes.
It's the backup 4 that's the problem.
Heat fans, relax. Miami's still going to be a good team. Is they going to be a 53-win team they was last year? Probably not.
Yeah.
But we're going to be a playoff team. We just want to know. We just don't know how deep of a playoff team we're going to be.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't have Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
We're going to know early on.
A lot of Heat fans didn't.
We're going to know early on.
We're going to find out early on.
Very early. It's going to see if we have what it takes to compete with this roster. If we underestimated ourselves, who knows? Maybe Caleb at the 4 is perfect. Maybe he plays really well. Maybe he put on muscle. We don't know. We don't know anything yet. Wait for training camp. Wait for the first few games.
Starts.
Then we can start talking.
It's 23rd, I believe.
Yeah, it's in 2
So
weeks.
before we get out of here, your final predictions for Miami season. So 3rd seed. Give me a 1 prediction. Give me a record. Give me a record before we go.
For the Heat?
Yeah, for the Heat.
47 wins.
47 wins?
40, actually, not 49. We'll say 49. It's going to be an extremely competitive.
3rd seed.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. There's not going to be 51-win teams and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of disparity in the record.
The East.
Yeah, I feel like the Celtics will perform. Celtics have got an amazing team. They've got a really good team, and they got better. They got Brogdon. They've signed all these players. They're going to get better and better and better. So I feel like they're the only team that's them and Milwaukee are the 2 teams that are going to walk in there saying, we're still okay. We've still got all the tools necessary to have a really, really good run. We've got
But Boston also got better. I think Boston got better.
Yeah, Boston definitely got better. So I think 49 wins will be the 3rd seed. And it's going to be like it was there. Look at 10th. Look at 10th, 43 wins. 5th was 48. Like that's 5 wins.
It's going to be the same exact way this year.
It's going to be
same
exact
way this year.
It's going to be really hard to decide, and it could come down to the stretch of run. It could be 5 or 6 games. If you have 4 out of 5, bad games, and you lose 4 out of 5, you could go literally from top 3. You could drop to 7th, 8th, 9th.
That can hurt you. Yeah.
It's going to be a game of margins, and it's going to be decided until the last day. I reckon the last day is going to decide like a lot of the playoff rounds because it could go either way.
Now, I also feel the same way. I think Miami of 48, 47 wins. I think that'll be the top 5. That'll be somewhere in the top 5. Just because how stacked the East is.
We want top
4. Yeah,
we
want top 4, but this is a stacked East.
Yeah, it is.
So I think 47 wins get you in the top 5, and that's not bad. That's not bad. The East is really good.
It could.
And I think it's going to be a lot of surprise teams this year. Like a lot of surprise teams this year.
This could be us at the end of the season.
That definitely could be us. Bring KO back.
Oh, this could be us.
Or that.
It's gonna be one of those two things.
That was us in the off season.
That was
the SpongeBob.
That was definitely it. This is us now figuring out what's happening. What's gonna go on?
That's Jimmy looking for help.
We're gonna figure it out.
That's Jimmy looking for help.
We're gonna figure it out. Thank you guys for watching.
Figure it out.
Thank you so much for watching. Stay in tune as well. It's gonna be a long season. We're gonna break down everything. We're gonna figure it out. All right. Have a good one, guys.